happy Crush It Monday. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. So today I want to talk to you about what does that taste like? And what's that Gewurtraminer. So it is Gewurtraminer week here with Wine Diva Tiara. So I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks about Gewurtraminer throughout the week. So for those who don't know me, I am Tiara, aka T, your Wine Diva. I rep for an amazing Napa Valley winery. I am an actor, I am a content producer, and I am a coach within the Speakeasy Enterprise Social Soul Tribe, all sorts of fun stuff. And the most fun stuff is, of course, the wine. So actually tonight I am drinking a Sauvignon Blanc because I wanted to save my Gewurtraminer for Wine 101 Wednesday. That's going down in the Basic Wino Facebook community. Hey, what's up? Oh my gosh. So as you're tuning in, say hey, tell me where you're tuning in from. And you know, if you have like a different handle, like drop your name so I can like give your name an actual shout out. So yeah, I'm drinking Sauvignon Blanc tonight because I didn't want to open my Gewurtraminer before Wine 101 Wednesday. But if you want to join us, we will be tasting the Gewurtraminer as we talk more and take a deeper dive into like what's all of the things on Wednesday inside Basic Wino, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes, I can do math. That 3-hour difference, man, it gets me. All right, so taking a sip. Yeah. Just when I want a little dry, little fruit, little awesomeness. Thank you. I try to look a little bit like put together today because it's Jay's birthday, and I was trying to wait for him to go live so we could like do like a birthday toast, but he's taking forever doing whatever it is that he's doing. I mean, I guess he has to like have a job or something. So that's that. So let's get down to business. What does Gewurtraminer really, what does it taste like? So I've been talking to people throughout the day and talking about Gewurtraminer and posting stuff. And one of the main questions I've been getting is it sweet? And the answer is yes. And the answer is no. And the answer is yes. And the answer is no. And the answer is it depends. It really depends. And I think that is one of the most fun things about wine is even though it is the same varietal, meaning the same species of grape, it does not mean that they're all going to taste the same. It depends on like region and the climate, environment, and it also depends on what the winemaker does during the whole fermentation process. What makes a wine have alcohol in it is, of course, the sugar from the grapes. Now, the winemaker does have the option to fully ferment the wine and ferment off all of the sugar and turn it all into alcohol, or he can leave a little bit of sugar, or she can leave a little bit of sugar in there to have some sweetness. So it really depends on what the winemaker does and again where the wine comes from. So it is considered a dessert wine and like all sauce. How you remember that? All sauce. France. It's considered a dessert wine, so it's made to be a little bit sweeter. But traditionally, or well, not traditionally, there's definitely options to be like off dry to dry in some regions, and you find it made in the old world as well as the new world, and it's going to have a couple of little different flavors depending on where that region is and what the climate is. Cooler climates kind of have a little more citrus notes, where warmer climates might have a little bit more tropical notes, right? And that's an easy way to remember because like the tropical areas are warm, and so warm gives you some tropical flavors. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I made my earrings myself. For those who might be listening on the podcast, I have wine corks that dangle from my ears. Super easy to make. You get like a little screw thing from Home Depot, and then some earring little hooks from Michael's, and you throw them together, and they're super light. It's cork. It's like easy peasy to wear, easy peasy to make. If you want me to make you some, just send me a message. I could totally handle that. So some of the like typical flavors that you are going to pull when you are smelling and tasting your Gewürztraminer are lychee, which is I typically find it in like Asian cuisine, and sometimes I'll find it in like a froyo restaurant or whatever, where you can like pick out your different toppings. There might be actual little lychee, and I think that's like almost the only time I've actually seen it commercially, like out and about, where you can actually smell it and taste it, is like at a froyo spot. You can also pick it up at your Asian grocery stores and markets over there. And like that's something where if you want to be able to kind of test it out, smell it and taste it and see what's going on, that's a great place to look for lychee. Rose is another flavor that you're going to get, or more of a floral, like a bright floral flavor profile. You might get like wildflowers, that kind of thing, in your Gewurtraminer. And it's one of my favorite things to say. It's like literally my favorite wine to talk about because I like to say the word. It's not necessarily my favorite wine to drink, but I just love to say Gewurtraminer. Gewurtraminer. And a great way to remember that is girls are meaner. If you are like, I can see that it starts with a G. There's like there's like an umlaut in the middle, and there's all these things. How do I say this? Remember, girls are meaner, and then like Gewurztraminer, and somehow it'll stick to in your brain. It's something magic in that phrase, I think. And so, rose or flower, there's typically some floral flavor profiles in your Gewurztraminer. Let's be real. It's great to know a little bit about the wine, but we all really want to know, what does it taste like? What am I gonna enjoy it with? All that good stuff, right? Because we about drinking, right? You about drinking? Because I know I'm about drinking. Why else would I work in wine? Oh my gosh. It is a white wine, so definitely lighter. It's gonna pair well with lighter fruits. If you do foods. If you do have a sweeter or drier, I do find that because it tends to be a little bit more fruity and flavor, it will go well with like spicier foods like Vietnamese or Thai dishes, or you can even do it with like Mexican. I'm finding that like because it's got a good amount of acidity to it, it can pair with a lot of different foods depending on the specific Gewurztraminer that you have. Another notes that you can pull out of Gewurztraminer are pink grapefruit and tangerine, so citrus notes. That's something that you can get, especially if you are getting a Gewurztraminer from a cooler climate, like the old world, Alsace, France, Moldova, the Ukraine. But if you're pulling it from like maybe like Australia or California, you might get some more tropical flavors like guava, or so I guess like lychee would definitely come more from a tropical sort of space. So those are kind of what you're going to pull off. You can also tend to get you can get some salinity, some saltiness in it. You can potentially get some honey flavors in it, exotic spices, mango, nectarine, plum, orange zest, lemon, tarragon, candied ginger, cinnamon, potpourri, acacia, creamy kind of flavors to it, especially if it's been seen a little bit of oak. You might get some oily texture to it. It's so many fun things can happen when you are tasting Gewurztraminer. It's a very versatile grape. I think it's so much fun and so good. So you know what? If you liked this, if you want to know more about it, definitely stay tuned for my future podcast episodes, live videos, and of course, Wine 101 Wednesday inside the Basic Wino community. And if you want some little like fun things from me personally, sure that you still text message to 81010 and you text the @ symbol, like at mentioning. So at Wine Diva to 810 and send a straight up text message. And then you can get on to my texting platform where I send fun little videos. I'll send some tips and tricks. I might even send some surprise and delights and some wine discounts to you. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely shoot a message and get a part of the texting community. I would love that. So I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, listening, tuning in. It means the world. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Love you lots. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Cheers.